Hello and welcome back to the Motorhome Review channel. Today I'm at Maple Leisure in East Yorkshire and I'm here to review this. This is the WildAx Meteor Campervan. Now I've not reviewed WildAx before on the channel, so I'm looking forward to giving you a closer look at this. So what do we need to know? Well, WildAx is a UK manufacturer. They're actually based in West Yorkshire, so the north of England. Facts and figures on the WildAx Meteor. There's several different models throughout the WildAx range. The Meteor is one of their Ford-based campervans. It has a 2-litre diesel engine, 130 horsepower and manual transmission as standard. This one here at Maple has the optional 165 horsepower and automatic transmission. Some of the bits on this campervan are extras, and I'll do my best to point out some of those as we go around. So we know it's based on Ford. What about the size? So it's a nice compact campervan. It's 5 metres and 98 centimetres long. It's 2 metres and 5 centimetres wide, and it's 2 metres and 80 centimetres in height. This campervan, it does have a gross vehicle weight of 3.5 tonnes or 3,500 kilos, so you can drive it on your standard car licence. And payload, as standard, you'll get around 542 kilos. Obviously, if you add some extras, your payload will decrease. Paintwork, there's a choice of paint finishes. Here at Maple, it's shown in the blue. And price-wise, this one actually spec'd up, as we see it here, is just under £80,000. Obviously, the more you put on it, the more it's going to cost. I'm going to put a link to the WildAx Motorhome website so you can check out all the models though. Let's start at the front. So we have our Ford cab. One thing you will get on the Ford are the parking sensors. And we can see that blue metallic paintwork, the chrome finish, and it does have the nice by Xeon HID light cluster. I'm going to go down the near side first of all. Now, because this is a UK manufactured campervan, we will find that the habitation door is on the near side and it is right-hand drive as standard. So making our way down. On this model here at Maple, it is spec'd with the black alloy wheels, that nice gloss finish to them. And then coming down, this one here has the 20-year anniversary edition logo, and then the WildAx graphics. This style of graphic is standard across the WildAx range, so if you're looking at campers and you spot this, obviously that's what it's going to be. Up on the roof, you will get a 160 watt solar panel as standard. You can add a further solar panel if you want, and you will have a lithium battery. The awning that we can see here, this is a 3.5 metre 2-lay wind-out awning. This is an optional extra that's been added. Coming down, I've said that the habitation door is here on our near side, sliding across that way. There is an electric step that will come as standard. Towards the rear end, we have the Meteor name of the model, and an external gas barbecue point has been fitted here. Coming around the rear, so this is the back end. It's quite a nice back end, nice colour on this blue, and the WildAx Motorhome logo as well. To complement the reversing sensors, you will find a rear view camera. That actually gives you quite a good view on the large screen that we'll see when we go inside. Nice dark tinted windows as well. Let me just open these up. Now this is giving us a first look into this rear lounge. These are fabulous length bench seats, and we'll talk about those very soon. So the benefit of the rear lounge campervan, and these are becoming more and more popular, is that space for relaxation. What this doesn't have is that forward facing dinette bench seat that a lot of campers do have. We haven't got that, we've simply got this huge lounge. These bench seats, the longest one is 191 centimetres long and the shorter one is 184 centimetres long, and they're both 60 centimetres wide, so plenty of space to get laid out here. There is a table, I'll show you where that's kept soon. The table goes, you can see the spaces in the middle there, so you can fit your table so you have somewhere to sit and relax. But absolutely fabulous. There's no drop down bed in this model. The beds are here, as we can see, these single beds. So when you're using them as beds, you've got the choice of 2 singles, 191 and 184, or you can make it into a double bed, and that's going to come across, there's a slat that comes across here. You'll utilise your cushions, and you're going to have a large double bed, 191 centimetres long. So you've got the option of both. You'll see that there is some storage here. We've got a nice cream gloss finish, a little press stud, and these are quite firm. There's not too much looseness in there. Under here, if I step back, storage under there. You can lift these bench seats as well. So on lifting them up, you can access, you can see there's actually an electric cable being put there. Here you can put items here as well, camping chairs that are folded up. But as I say, the benefit is you can lift these seats up as well to access there. And then this one, if I just open that, you can see it goes quite a long way in. So again, camping chairs that fold up in there, not a problem. In terms of a camping table, one of the things you could potentially do is use the indoor table. I don't know how well that would work, but otherwise you'll just have to have a small camping table. So that's our lounge space looking in. These windows do have blinds and they do open for ventilation. And up there you can see the winder for the awning as well. Right, let me close that up. This one here as well, we can see there the carpets that have been fitted and the flooring underneath. It's almost like a coloured speckle. I've never seen one like that before. That's quite nice. So a real different finish there. And then the grey carpet. Lovely. Right, let's carry on. So yeah, good size lounge. I like that. Let's head off down the offside. So on the offside, our electric hookup point for when you arrive on site. Continuing down, we can see the graphics as well here on our offside and these dark tinted windows. These are a bonus. And the vent here for the Truma air-blown heating. It has the diesel, the D4 Truma heating. So it's going to run off the diesel in your diesel tank. Then our fresh fill water point. On board a 100 litre winterised fresh water tank and a 51 litre grey waste tank. Then our toilet cassette point here, and then our driver's door. In fact, before I dive round, I'll just open this for you so you can see him. So in here, this one, as I say, at Maple has the automatic transmission fitted, 165 horsepower. It's got the grey cab finish, that huge Ford screen. That's where you'll see that rear view camera, the digital dash, and it's got a nice finish to it. There is blinds in both doors and there is a large blind in the front in that cab window. Right, we'll wander around and I'll show you inside. So, opening our sliding door, here we go. So once this is open, it will push all the way back and remain in place. There is a large fly screen here, it's going to come all the way across, and our LPG or gas locker. This will take one 6 kilo gas bottle. To be fair, the only thing you're going to need the gas for on this model is for your oven and your hob, because your heating's going to run off diesel and the fridge runs off the 12 volt electric system. Electric step, press the button and out it comes. Right, I'll step in. So I already gave you a brief look at the cab while we were outside, and that continues there. Above the cab, there is a shelf on either side, storage here, and then these LED lights in the black gloss. We then come through into the main part of the campervan. Now you've always got to remember, a campervan at 2 metres and 5 centimetres, there's going to be a compromise on your width. So in we come. This is fabulous. What we have got here on the WildAx is an additional flap for the worktop, and it's got the same pattern to it as the worktop itself, and a nice mood lighting strip running round as well, and then a couple of little shelving places there. What I'll do, I will step back so you can come in and we'll go through the kitchen. Now the kitchen, I think, is well equipped for the size of campervan, and I think quite often the UK manufacturers do quite well in doing that. So coming through the habitation area, first of all, the control panel. This is a very easy to use control panel. It's all digital, you press it and it's very, very simple. I've recently used this exact panel and found it very easy to use. So that is a good thing, not overcomplicated. You can turn all your lights on from here, but then there are light switches for all the lights around the camper. Let's go into the kitchen, then we'll look at the lounge and we'll do the washroom on the way back. So here in the kitchen, our sink, if I lift the cover up, obviously be careful of your black matte tap, really good size rectangular sink, good depth to it, and a good size to it, and a large cover. Bring that down. Worktop space, you've got your flap, you've got some here, and you've got this as well when you're not actually using this. If I lift this up, this is unusual for a camper van. We've literally got 3 gas burners, it's a Thetford appliance, and a gas oven and grill. So your 1 6-kilo gas bottle is going to feed this. But this is something I very rarely see on a camper van, so that's nice. Into our kitchen space, we've got a nice finish on here and the WildAx Motorhomes embossed there. A couple of plug sockets as well. And then coming up, there is a downlighter, and this has got a USB charging point. It's the USB Type A. Then let's have a look at the storage here. So matte black, which matches our tap, and that cream gloss. I'll give this a pull, and there we go. So we have a shelf and a light in the cupboard as well. This is quite a good height. I mean, I can reach there on tiptoes, and I'm only small. Another shelf there. That's a nice, and it's good that the wood has got the grey finish as well. And then coming down, we've got a variety of storage places here. Let me slide this out and you can see it from that side. So you'll have to make sure you probably stood the other side to access it. And then further along, and again, these are nice and solid. Good sized drawer here. Again, it's got the grey finish. They are soft close as well. And one thing I'll say is, I mean, this camper van here at Maple spec'd up is 80,000, which is fairly going up into the top end of Ford camper vans. So we do have high expectations, to be fair, of what we need to be looking at. Again, the flooring though, going in that cupboard again, and that's the back of our gas locker. And under here, this slides out, and again, nice amount of room. And if I push that in, it has got that soft close and closing that. From here, I'm just going to come across to my left, and as I say, we'll do this on the way back. We have a small mirror, a little compartment. I'm not sure what you'd put in there. Maybe a dog lead or something if you come in with your dog. And then as we come along, if I just pop this up, we've got a storage compartment up there. If you're small, you'll definitely not be going into there. Maybe if you're taller and you've got a smaller wife like me who eats a lot of chocolate, you could hide it all from them in there. That's where Jules would be hiding all the treats from me. And then coming down, a 90-litre compressor fridge and freezer. This will run solely off your 12-volt electrical system. It's no use of gas. So off-grid, it's perfect because it's literally going to be feeding through your leisure battery, and with having that solar panel as well, it's going to keep you topped up. So if I just open that up, now in here, there's always a compromise with a camper van, and generally it often is with the fridge. So there is a small amount of fridge space, a shelf, and then the freezer compartment there. So you've sacrificed some of your space to have a freezer compartment. I do like that they've put this finish on here, which matches the walls as well. Now under here, there's another great storage compartment, and this is where you'll see the table. There's actually 2 separate tables, so you don't have to put them both up. You can just put one up, and that's really nice. It's out of the way as well. You can also then obviously put other stuff, bits and pieces from your kitchen in there. You're probably going to have to find somewhere to put your bin, because as yet I've not noticed there's a bin store fitted, so you probably have to buy a small bin and fit it somewhere. Continuing along into your lounge, a plug socket and 2 USB charging points. So when you are set up in the lounge, then you have got somewhere to charge your gadgets. Let's do the near side wall. So coming down, we've got the wood and the shelving, the WildAx again. The walls, they are a cream finish and they are a solid plastic. I'll just give it a tap so you can feel it's a solid plastic. The window that we saw outside, concertina blind and a fly screen. This window, this is clever. Because you can't open your window out or you'll take it out with your sliding door, it has got the latch that slides, so you can still open this for ventilation. So that's really nice to see. Often with a door, they'll just do a dummy latch so you can't open it. So that's really good. Then there's 3 lockers. I'll just open 2 of them. So storage back here. So this is potentially where you're going to be keeping your clothes, unless you want to store them under your bench seat. Again, the lights that come on, nice feature. And nice strong clasps as well. Before I dive straight over, let's talk about above me. This is a good sized sunroof. You may, again, if you're small, just have to stand on your bench just to pop that open, but really nice. And it's got a blind and a fly screen. It looks like, if I just turn this on, it's got lighting running all the way round as well. That's fabulous. I've not seen one of those before either, so I'm seeing things I've never seen. Well done, WildAx. Right, and then on the off side of the camper, there's 3 cupboards. Here are 2 of them again, so plenty of storage there. And as we come down, this window does open because we don't have to worry about a sliding door. Again, you've got your pull-up concertina blind. Television point here, there is fitting there for the 12 volt. There's no plug socket that I can see here unless it's in this cupboard. No. So you are going to be running your television off your 12 volt system. With the WildAx, there is an option to have an optional Avtex telly fitted as well. So that might be something else that you can fit there. And down here, no, can't see anything there. You can store items here though, because it doesn't just disappear behind the seat. So you can add bits and pieces. Cushions. So here we have this colour scheme here. Almost a mink fluffy cushion. I love these. I always like, look, I'm giving it a rub. I love that. That is nice. Not so sure about this colour. This isn't maybe one of my choices. This is the upholstery, as you can see on this. I'm not entirely sure on the numbers of choices on WildAx for upholstery, but check that out on the website. But this one fitted here at Maple, as you can see it. This is almost a mink colour fabric. I don't know how it'll come through on the camera. This is grey, and this is almost a slight purple undertone just to the eye. So that's the lounge area. So as I say, from when I said outside, bench seats here. You can then use these as beds. I'm just going to sit on one just to test that out. So if I sit down, oh, they're very well bolstered. So you can see how much foot room I've got. I'm 5'4", so my feet are dangling down. They feel very well bolstered. This certainly comes up a nice way as well. So yeah, and laying down 1.91 m on the longest one. I think I'd potentially be sat back there with some cushions watching telly. Right. So that is our lounge area, and it's also worth noting as well, as just as we come backwards to do the bathroom, there's another worktop flap. So if you didn't want to put your tables out, what you could do is flip this up and then put drinks or snacks on here when you sat in the lounge area. So that's well thought out. Yeah, I like that. Right, so we've done our lounge cum bedroom, loads of storage, great big sunroof as well for ventilation. The ceiling is a plastic finish, it's not padded. A little bit of storage just at the back there as well. So plenty of room for all your items. And then this excellent well-equipped kitchen with the Volt pack, which this one has fitted. You can also add a microwave if you want. I don't know where that would go because it's not fitted to this one, but a microwave is an option. Let's take a look at the washroom just before we finish. So there's a nice size gap going into it. There is a sliding door, so you don't have to worry about that. I like the colour scheme in here. So what have we got in here? We have, let me just step in and I'll sort of point out the bits. We've got this matte blue finish here, the wood, the white textured wall, and then this has a metallic blue finish. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but a metallic blue finish, lovely LED lighting as well. Space in here, obviously don't leave anything there when travelling. We then have though a chrome towel holder. I would have liked to have seen matte black because we've got matte black everywhere and that almost just looks like it's a bit of an afterthought, so I'm not sure why that's been chosen. The swivel toilet, there we go, you'll be able to pull it further around. Just put that back. Dometic with the flush as well. It is a little bit higher than the floor itself, but as toilets go, it's actually quite a low toilet, so I won't worry about that. In fact, I'll just perch on it as I turn around. And then we're into our sink area. So it is almost like a teardrop shape sink. There is a little bit of intrusion here from this cabinet, so just be mindful when trying to get your head over it to brush your teeth or wash your face. Then we're back to the matte black, which is what we've seen before. This will also be your shower. I'll show you that in a second. And then we have a cabinet. If we pop that and then pull this one side open, we've got a small amount of storage space here. No bar though to keep anything in place. I'm not sure what you put in there, to be honest. It's a little bit restricted. Toothbrush holder. And then this wall, again, is a textured white finish. More chrome, again, I think matte black would be better, but you can hang bits on there. And this is where you're going to put your shower head. So you're going to pull it out of here and attach it up here. And that's when you'll see that chrome shouldn't be with black. But then, obviously, your tap's here, and you're going to shower in this space. And then when you're done, it's a case of feeding it back. One thing that I will say that I've noticed is obviously once you've had your shower, you're going to have to wipe things down because things will have got a little bit damp. In these cupboards, these overhead lockers, if I just pull this one open, you've got more storage. Quite firm though, so good pull. Storage here. Again, no bar though to keep the toiletries in. But nicely finished inside again with the grey wood. There is a toilet roll holder. It is actually situated just under the sink here, whether you can see that. Again, we've gone back to chrome. So toilet roll holder there. If you are having a shower, obviously make sure you remove bits and pieces like that. I'll just step out and then, because I take up quite a bit of room in that small space, the compromise in this camper van is this bathroom space because it's a small camper van under 6 metres. But when I say a compromise, you have got plenty of storage. You've got a toilet roll holder, which you don't always get. The toilet space, a shower if you do want to have a shower in there, the overhead lockers, and the colour scheme is very nice. And the sliding door is just here. So they have fitted everything in. I think the bonus of the camper van is that huge rear lounge cum bedroom, fabulously equipped kitchen. The bathroom space, to be fair, is not bad for a camper van. And externally, I think it does have a nice look to it. So I've not reviewed a WildAx before, and to be fair, I think I've actually climbed into one before. So that was my first time in there, and I like that. I think there's been a bit of thought put into that. The build quality seems good. Obviously, you know how much noise it makes when you put it on the road, but the build quality seems good. There's plenty of thought there, and they've definitely aimed at the UK market. We've got all those things in there that a lot of UK buyers would like. Compromise, potentially the bathroom, but might not be a compromise if you don't shower on board. So yeah, right, I've enjoyed that one. I will put links in the description to Maple, who've let us come and film this review, and to the WildAx website, so you can explore the full range of WildAx. They've got them on Ford, they've got them on Fiat, so there's other ones that you can explore. They've obviously got different layouts and longer lengths as well. Let me know what you think. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.